Hello, 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 and welcome to Always Mother's Luncheon 5th Annual Fundraising Event. I am your hostess with the mostest, the executive director and founder of A Motivating Love and Always Mother's Luncheon, Daphne Anderson. I cannot tell you how blessed, humbled, and happy I am to have you here with us today. Virtual, thanks to the COVID challenges, but all in still, welcome, welcome, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Stay tuned for more. You know, I've always got some kind of hymn in my heart or beat going on in my head where I just gotta dance it out and dance it out. Do, 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 do. So welcome and get ready.
Hi, let us bow our heads in prayer. Father, praise you for this event and your purpose for it. We know that when we gather together, you always have a divine agenda. We love you for that, Father, that even when we have done what you ask, the results are so much greater than we could ever have imagined, even in failed attempts. You blow us away with your faithfulness to provide what we need. Our prayer today is that your will be done through this event. Take what we have prepared and multiply our efforts as only you can. Steer our intentions to align with your righteous will. Remind us of your faithful provision when our efforts fail us or fall short. May all glory go up to you when we reach the finish line. Blanket us with your peace today. Father, keep us physically safe and guard our hearts and minds from pride and selfishness. Keep love at the forefront of our minds today and the guiding light for all we set out to accomplish and celebrate. In Jesus' name, amen. I also get the pleasure today to introduce our returning mistress of ceremony. She is the visionary founder and president of Speak That Movement Incorporated. She is founder of the Tiara PR network and was recently featured in Black Enterprise as one of the 10 amazing Black women making moves right now. Miss Tiara M. Tucker, making moves.
Well, good evening, and thank you so much for that warm and beautiful introduction, Lisa. I am so honored to have the opportunity to once again MC such an amazing, uplifting, and inspiring event. So thank you to the founder of A Motivating Love, Miss Daphne. It is a pleasure. Thank you for allowing us to rock with you for the opening minutes. So everybody out there, welcome, welcome, welcome. My ask is that you take this time to just unwind, relax, and embrace what you will experience today. A Motivating Love is an amazing organization in my mind and in my heart. I love what they do. I love their mission, which is very near and dear to my heart, focusing on women, to empower them, to engage with them, to offer hope to them, and to just recognize that women do so much. Women are strong. Women are beautiful. Women are amazing. Women are just the epitome of grace and honor and love. So to all of you out there, thank you. And just remember that throughout the evening that you are loved. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to this evening because for one, you already can tell from the beginning, it's going to be an evening of fun. It's going to be an evening of fellowship. We've already prayed, and I would love for you all to interact in the comments. Say hello to each other. Let us know, what city are you in? Where are you right now at this moment? What organizations are you representing? Let us know who you are so that we can virtually connect. And as you already know, there's a very special keynote speaker tonight. I hope you did your research on him, but if you didn't, it's okay, because we're going to learn about him, Mr. Ibram Kendi, an amazing, amazing man who is bold, courageous, and who is helping America get closer and closer to that goal of just everybody really being, feeling, and knowing that we're all equal. So stay tuned towards the end of the program for an exclusive conversation with our keynote speaker. So real quick, before I move on, I want to remind you, you received an email today. You received an email at the email address that you used to register for today's event. In that email, you received a gorgeous, gorgeous program. So make sure you take that program, take a look at it. Hey, print it and frame it if you want to, because you know that if we were all in Dallas right now, we would be there smiling and hugging, and somebody would be blessing you and putting their program in your hand. So even though we can't be together, just know that we're here virtually. So enjoy your program. And tell everybody about today. It's not too late because there's an amazing contest going on. So take your pictures, selfies, okay? We're going to do some selfie breaks throughout the evening. Take a selfie, post it, tag the organization of Motivating Love, and use the hashtags for the evening. Hashtag AML 2021 Gala. Okay? Hashtag AML 2021 GALA. Also, the second hashtag is a motivating love. Motivating love. So those are your hashtags. They'll be watching to see who's posting so they can reshare, and also to find out who the lucky winner is for the contest. So without further ado, I want to bring to the stage a couple of videos so that you can go down memory lane with the motivating love.
As Daphne reflected over the years, she felt grateful for the women that had impacted her life. She had learned so much from these women and wanted to find a way for all women to learn from one another. The concept was to give women an outlet to share, network, and to have a safe place in which they are not judged or condemned, but can love and learn from others' experiences. After speaking with several women, Daphne realized her first luncheon should focus on self-confidence and self-worth. Our mistress of ceremony was Mika Campbell, a talk show host with her own catering company. Learning of her own father's illness with lung cancer, Daphne reached out to her colleague, Allison Bird Haley, and her nonprofit organization, Heavenly Mimi, to be the first beneficiary of the luncheon. Heavenly Mimi helps those undergoing cancer treatment with medical and financial resources. Unfortunately, Daphne's father passed a few months after this inaugural luncheon. The luncheon gave women an opportunity to dress up, feel comfortable, be loved on, and relax while sharing with others. A group enjoying time with our hostess. As a personal friend of Daphne and her husband, Kay Yvette, a phenomenal recording artist with her debut album, Revelations, provided the luncheon with some good needed music. If you don't have her album, please go listen to it. You will not be disappointed. Having an outlet for people to network and sample products, Always Mother's Luncheon offers vendors an opportunity to showcase and sell their products and or services. This is a staple component of the luncheon. Authors and jewelry, makeup and signs. Our keynote speaker, Stacey Lawan, is CEO and president of Lawan Social Media. Stacey understands the struggles that women have endured over the years. She is the blogger and author of My Kitchen Window. After hearing her personal story and knowing how impactful Stacey is professionally, there's no other person better equipped to deliver the message for inaugural event of Mother's Day Luncheon 2017. Thank you to all the attendees of the inaugural luncheon. You offered and showed the team and each other hope and gratitude. While Daphne was very appreciative of her speaker and participants, she made sure to spend time with everyone. Thank you to Embassy Suites Dallas Park Central. The food was delicious. Thank you to Jennifer Jones, as our centerpieces, decorations, and table settings were beautiful. As attendees went through registration to obtain seating assignments, each were given a love bag so they could remember the luncheon in all its glory. Thank you to a few of the committee members. And thank you, Daphne Anderson, for sharing your compassion of others and honoring those that have helped you pave the way.
(2018) Daphne's vision for the 2018 luncheon was even better and more spectacular than the 2017 luncheon. Self-love was the theme discussed. How do we instill self-love in ourselves and make us the best that we can possibly be? Remember, to fall in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness, and love yourself instead of abusing yourself. Our mistress of ceremony, Trish Patterson, a professor at Richland College who wears many hats and is a true believer in community activities. Entertainment was an ever-loving Kel vet, songwriter, and vocalist, gracing us with her songs again. To be walked into the luncheon on the arm of the escort. What woman wouldn't want the special attention and to be catered to? Thank you, gentlemen, for returning. Silent auction offered opportunities, a chance to obtain that special gift. Vendors graced the luncheon with services and products. Whatever you need, it was available. Hair products, jewelry, soap, post and exchange students, and insurance info. We had new and returning vendors. The Always Mother's Luncheon team tried to ensure that a little bit of everything was available for all. Raffle time. If you like purses, this was the perfect opportunity for you to select the purse of your dream. One of our speakers, Frida Reynolds, is a master motivator coach, purpose-pushing principal, spiritual mentor, and woman of faith. Ms. Reynolds' passion is to see people win, to know their self-worth, and to live life to the fullest based on their own terms. Broken mirrors are fixable. As you can see from the attendees' standing ovation, her words was well received. The women pledge on fixing a broken mirror. Frida's interaction, well enjoyed. Julie and Sarah, with Bravery and Fertility Together Group, wrote the book, A Sisterhood of Hope. Our second speaker was Sarah Ivy. Sarah was very visual when speaking to us about baggage and the different layers that we collect and sometimes forget to dissolve. Baggage collection happens without our knowledge, causing stress until we can let it go. The presentation was enjoyed by all. Happy, attentive women. More satisfied attendees. Networking continued during the luncheon. Cheers to contest winners. Love bag presented to each attendee an opportunity to purchase merchandise available at check-in. A special thank you to some of our committee members for Always Mother's Luncheon 2018. Hats off to Daphne Anderson for being such a wonderful hostess and knowing the right thing for this luncheon.
Well, there you have it. Just a snippet of the Always Mother's Luncheons over the years. So you just saw 2017, 2018. And stay tuned because we're going to bring you up to speed with the last couple of years. So again, if you're just now tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. You clicked on the right link and you're in the right place. Welcome to the 5th annual A Motivating Love Always Mother's Luncheon Gala. as you saw in the videos, if we were in a different time, we would actually be face-to-face in Dallas. However, it's okay. You get a taste of what it would be like. Great food, networking, vendors, and so much love, which is why I love the mission of this organization. Supporting women, helping them embrace their inner value, their inner strength, and promoting self-acceptance, amongst so many other things. So I want to give a shout out to some of the people. I see we have people here today from Plano, Texas, Carrollton, Texas, North Dallas, South Dallas. I see that we have someone from Atlanta, Florida. I see we have some, hi Auntie Jeanette, hi Auntie Rena. So hello to all the aunties out there. Hello to all the nieces. Hello to all of the mothers, the grandmothers, the daughters, the granddaughters, the cousins, the friends, the sisters, the mentors, the sorority sisters, and to all the guys out there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Oh, St. Lucie, Florida, Louisville. So we are definitely represented. So thank you all for tuning in. And the beautiful thing about virtual is this: even though we're all scattered across the United States of America, we can still be together right now. So again, let everybody know where you are, post your pictures, take the selfies, and make sure you tag A Motivating Love. So right now, I want to introduce some more special people that help to make this event a success. So check out the next video.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Greenberg with RX Smile Orthodontics and Frisco Oral Sleep Devices. We're partnering again this year with A Motivating Love as their corporate sponsor, and they're thrilled to participate. Some of the services that we offer here at Frisco Oral Sleep Devices and RX Smile are braces for adults and children, Invisalign for adults, Invisalign teen, and Invisalign for younger children. Braces, the highest technology passive self-ligating braces. We look to have a good time while we're straightening teeth and creating beautiful smiles. For Frisco Oral Sleep Devices, we offer sleep apnea devices for those that have snoring and sleep apnea problems. If your spouse is elbowing you every night in the ribs and you've got a bruise, it's time to come see me, and let's take care of that for both of you. I look forward to seeing you here at the office for complimentary exams and discussing what we can do for you, both in your smile and in your sleep. Take care.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tiara M. Tucker, and I'm the founder and CEO of Tiara PR Network, LLC, as well as Speak That Movement. And for this week's empowerment message, I want to empower and inspire the women out there. All of the magical, amazing women out there. Those of you who are going after your dreams. Those of you who are making your goals a reality. Those of you who are excelling in your careers, that are receiving the degrees and the levels of education that you desire. Those of you that are raising your children or your grandchildren, or helping to raise your nieces and your nephews. This message is for you. This is your season to let all of your magic come out. Let your light shine. There is no reason why we as women should feel like we do not have a voice and we cannot let our voice be heard. So I encourage you, speak things into existence. Speak those things that are not as though they are. Whatever it is that you desire in life, speak it into the atmosphere. Whatever it is that is holding you down, speak it out of the atmosphere. You are magical, my sisters. You have everything in you to create beautiful, amazing, remarkable things that will make this world a better place. Don't you hold it in. Don't you be afraid. Don't you give up. The world needs you now. Remember, you are magical. There's magic within you. And whatever you do, never, ever, ever stop doing the things that you love and the things that will allow you to live your best life. Take care. May God bless you and may you be protected.
Wow. Awesome. I was just taking a look at the selfies. Keep them coming. So, shout out and thank you to all of the sponsors that you just saw. And there's even more that we'll display a little later. But to all of the sponsors that you just saw, thank you so much for all that you're doing in the community to help make the lives of so many people even better and brighter. Again, everybody out there, let us know you're there. Let us know what city you're representing. If you have a business, let us know so that we can shout you out too and show you love. So again, this is just an amazing evening. I hope you're already feeling the love and feeling the connections over the years as we celebrate the 5th anniversary of such an amazing organization and their annual events. So right now, I want to show you some more years of the Always Mothers Luncheon. Take it away.
The third luncheon, more powerful and impactful participation. Daphne's vision for 2019 was overwhelming as so many needed healing, and that's exactly what the theme of 2019 was. Back for another year, the escorts, walking ladies to their seats and being the dapper gentlemen they are. Returning as our mistress of ceremony was Trish Patterson. Trish guided us through a packed agenda. The music from DJ T French had people up and dancing to the beat. These were the winners of the icebreaker. More vendors, new and returning. An assortment of products and services. The entertainment was by comedian Anastasia the Bold.
Over there just pulled up because he seen that Sunday. He wanted to say something that's why, but he couldn't because if he say something he saw it on, that means he was looking down instead of up. God, kids, amen, right?
The Bold is too real to be fake. She says the things others only think of saying. Her extraordinary and amazing stage presence captivate attendees. Instagramming was a favorite this year. Backed by popular demand, the silent auction was a chance for that special gift. Our keynote speaker was Dr. Estrelita Bruce. She's a life coach, international speaker, and author. Her message on healing was heartfelt. Some felt it more deeply than others. It was a time for empathy, compassion, understanding, and love. Daphne and Lisa were so appreciative of you two. We asked our attendees to tell us which characteristic sums them up the best. The majority favored love. Love, the ever-enduring feeling that makes life worthwhile. Truth, the ultimate love that can stand the test of time. Truth may hurt at first, yet truth will set you free. Believe in yourself, and you will be unstoppable. Joy. How do you describe joy? It is happiness that keeps a smile bright. Strength, the core value that keeps us going. Confidence is the ability to feel beautiful without needing someone to tell you. Confidence is knowing you matter. There's wisdom, knowing that you add value and are a strong, capable individual. We all have characteristics that make us precious. Always Mother's Luncheon provides an outlet to grow and learn them. Daphne, acknowledging her entertainer and guest speaker for the day. Every attendee was given a healing bracelet so they could remember the wonders of the 2019 luncheon. Thank you to the committee members. And thank you to our hostess, Daphne Anderson, for providing an unforgettable event. Your insightful understanding of others is appreciated.
"2020 was the start of the COVID pandemic. When the world was placed on lockdown, it was decided to continue with Always Mother's Luncheon in the virtual world. Daphne's theme was support. Who would have known that her insight and selected support was a need for everyone during this time? Our mistress of ceremony, Tiara Tucker, is a social justice activist and producer of a weekly live show, Speak That Talk. Our speaker, Janet Bernstein, is a healer and founder of the Every Heart Project. COVID has taken the lives of people around the world. For your well-being and that of others, please get vaccinated. Thank you.
Wow. So beautiful seeing the past events and just the different buzzwords. I don't know about you, but there were words that jumped out at me watching those videos. Love, joy, confidence, wisdom, healing, support. So as we go through the rest of this evening, I want you all to do me a favor. I like to be interactive. Add in the comments a word that perhaps describes your 2021 so far. What is it that you desire out of 2021? What is it that you need in your life right now? So add those in the comments if you don't mind, because I want us to all feel connected. And I also believe in the power of words, and I believe in speaking things into existence and putting them into the atmosphere. Because you know, when two or more come together, a lot of amazing things can happen. So I see free, peace, strength, empowerment, healing, joy, change, redefining. Oh, I like that. That's powerful. Happiness. Thank you, ladies, so much for just speaking that into the atmosphere. And my prayer is that all that you ask for, you shall receive. And thank you, Holly, for courage. And that's a great word, because with so much going on in the world, it's taking some courage to speak up when things aren't right, courage to stand up in gaps when family members need us, when friends need us, when people in the workplace need us, courage to go after our dreams, courage to just reach all of our goals. Courage is an amazing word. Thank you for that. And I also want to plant a seed for this year's theme, which is growth. Growth. Hashtag growth. So as you think about all of the words that will define your 2021, I ask that you add growth to your list, because that is something that I believe that we all need to always take in, appreciate, and strive for growth. And your growth may look like something different than the next person's growth, than my growth. You define your growth, but just make a commitment that you're gonna grow and you'll never stop growing. So we're gonna keep it going because I am just on fire for the keynote speaker who is interacting in the comments. So you can already tell that it's gonna be a great conversation. But before we get to the keynote speaker that I know you all are so excited to hear from, we're gonna do something else right now. We're gonna bring to the platform some of the people behind the scenes of A Motivating Love. Check them out.
My name is Jenny, and I'm here to talk to you about Always Mother's Luncheon. I have attended all of the events from day one. It's an amazing event. The very first year, I was in a season of life where I just kind of was in a funk, and I wasn't really feeling it, but I wanted to support my friend. Daphne and I have been friends for many, many years, and I was really excited for her to start this new venture. So I pulled myself together, and I made it to the event, and let me tell you, it was life-changing. Just to be in that room with all the women supporting women and knowing that you're not alone and going forward with all the years and you know, making sure that your own cup is full before you try to refill someone else. It's just an amazing event. I would highly recommend it. I'm also very happy and proud to say that I am now part of the organization, and so we are here to help support women and know that you are not alone. Thanks. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Robeson. I am the treasurer of A Motivating Love. I got involved with A Motivating Love by going to one of the events. At that event, I was very inspired by the conversations that went on between the different women that were involved. I thought it was a place that women could let loose, women could care about one another, women could grow, and women could inspire each other. My first taste of that was overwhelming and inspiring. And I had so much gratitude for Daphne Anderson that I decided to become the treasurer of A Motivating Love. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lexus, and I'm a sponsorship administrator at A Motivating Love. AML has helped me grow tremendously. I have learned new skills and gained insight on how nonprofit and events are run. I truly have a new appreciation for the time and love put into every event. Everyone I've worked with has empowered me to become a more confident woman, and I love that each person truly embodies AML's message.
As a man in the first place, I feel like it would actually be a privilege to work with A Motivating Love. After doing a little bit of research on this organization, I feel like the hashtag "You Are Not Alone" is a perfect word to actually sum up this organization. I feel like being able to help provide the inner strength that these women need to flourish is an incredibly righteous goal, which is why I feel like working with A Motivating Love would not only help me gain experience, but also help me understand the pain that these women might be going through. And I feel like as a male, being a part of this program would also help me grow in terms of understanding people. Understanding people is something that I feel like is complicated, but also incredibly helpful once the skill is actually learned. And having the skill would not only help me later in life, but also help me develop a better sense of empathy. And overall, I feel like this is an experience that would not only benefit me, but also allows me to put in the work to better help women understand their inner strength and self-acceptance. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be of service, and I hope I can continue to provide.
So as a male, I want to be a part of a Motivating Love organization because I support the cause. From what I've read, it's about supporting women and teaching them skills and all that. But I know I'm not a woman, but I can still support women, you know? So, yeah, I think that we should all support each other, no matter if you're a man or a woman or whatever you are. We're all humans. We're all in this together. We gotta help each other out.
Hi, Taylor here, social media director for AML. I'm just here to say some amazing things about why I love AML so much. Other than everyone just being super supportive and there for one another, Daphne and Lisa both have been like real rocks, just in the short period of time that I've known them. And they've showed me that there's a group of other people who like to support women and help encourage, and it's just made me fall in love, and I'm an AML for life. So
Hi, my name is Holly, and I'm a part of the Motivating Love because I like to give back. I've stuck with the Motivating Love because of the women I've met. The community that Daphne has created is a very supportive, fun environment, and we have a lot of laughs and we do a lot of good.
So everyone wants to know, why did I join AML? Well, to be honest with you, I didn't have a choice. She told me I was in it until my death do we part. So here I am. I joined Motivating Love in 2018. The year I joined was the last year we'd actually had the luncheon before COVID hit. The reason I joined was because I could see that Daphne has a good heart, and what she was doing for the women was a needed venue for them. We changed, we added, let me put it this way, we added Motivating Love, and from there we have just grown. Every year we keep going up, up, up. Our goal is to be a support group for women where they can uncharge or unplug, recharge their batteries, unwind, and just have fun, because we all know as women and mothers, we're constantly doing something for our family, for our friends, but sometimes we've got to take time for us. So our goal is to be there, and I am so happy I'm part of this. And I always try to look at life this way. If I just help one woman better herself, feel better, for me being in this nonprofit, then I've done my purpose in life. If I just help that one woman.
Wow, that just warmed my heart. Okay, that was my first time seeing that video, and I don't know about you, but those were some pretty heartfelt testimonies, right? And what I loved about it is that it shows the depth of this organization. I mean, people representing different states support a Motivating Love. We have women supporting a Motivating Love, men supporting a Motivating Love. We have older women supporting a Motivating Love, and we have younger women supporting a Motivating Love. It's not just Black, it's not just white, it's diversity. Hey, I'm saying that's very powerful. So salute to you, a Motivating Love, for what you all are contributing to the community. And also, I'm going to just give my testimony of how I began to love a Motivating Love. So I met Daphne at an event in Dallas, and then a mutual friend decided, hey, you two should connect. And so I had the pleasure of, as you all saw, emceeing last year. And during the period of emceeing and getting to know the ladies, it was such a different environment. I mean, it was fun. We were serious. And I always laugh when I'm around Daphne and Lisa and JaVale and the other ladies. So what you just saw in that video with Lisa, it happens all the time. So thank you. But as you also saw with Lisa, she pauses, she prays. So this organization is just full of everything. So I hope that you all decide to support the organization as well, whether that's supporting with your time as a volunteer, and also, most importantly, you know, when you have a nonprofit, financial support goes a long way. So I hope you all see the tab down below. You can donate, because we really, really want to help this organization raise even more funds so they can do even more things in the community. I've witnessed it myself. They have evolved during the global pandemic, where they have turned events that were in person into virtual events. They also have their face-to-face events. So they're doing so many amazing things. So I just would ask and encourage everybody, as you see fit and as you can, to just continue to support the organization. And shout out to everybody out there. I see we have some folks from New York, and you know, hey, Mom, Beverly, and everybody else out there. So we're getting closer and closer to tonight's keynote speaker. But before we get there, we got to thank a few more people. Let's bring up some more of the sponsors.
Hi, I'm Tanisha Hurt, owner and founder of Naomi Ruth Expressions. Naomi Ruth Expressions is a greeting cards brand targeted towards women and girls, promoting healthy friendships and relationships. Naomi Ruth is all about positivity, all about female empowerment, but more importantly, just supporting and loving on our girlfriends, loving on our sister friends, loving on our daughters, our aunts, and you know, co-workers, whomever pours into your life, that positivity, just pouring into them and saying thank you, or saying, hey, I adore you, hey, I see you. And that's what Naomi Ruth Expressions is about, offering that heartfelt message that we all can use, regardless of age, culture, ethnicity, we all can use. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, A Motivating Love, for inviting me and including me in this great program that is directly aligned with what I'm all about and what I am trying to promote through my stationery products and greeting cards. So again, I say thank you.
Have you been hurt or seriously injured? Every year, millions of people are treated for preventable personal injuries, from automobile accidents to workplace injuries and even product defects. A personal injury occurs when an individual is wrongfully hurt, resulting in bodily injury or property damage. If you have been wrongfully injured due to another party's negligence or recklessness, you may have a legal right to compensation. You shouldn't have to worry about haggling with insurance companies in order to receive the compensation you deserve for your medical bills, lost wages, or vehicle damage. Not to worry, we're here to help. We're the experienced personal injury attorney that can help get the answers you need and the justice you deserve. We're dedicated to aggressively representing our clients and achieving the maximum recovery possible. Contact us today for a free, no obligation, professional assessment of your case.
Well, we laugh, we have fun, but at the end of the day, what we are is your resource and your outlet to your bad day, to your depression doubt, to your falling down that rabbit hole and needing a way to get out. Call on us and we'll help walk you through it, and we'll help you get some help as well. We also have motivational and educational events like the Sensual Woman 3, as well as our new program, Fire, which is all about edifying and learning about friendships. I mean, after all, who doesn't need a great friend to walk through life with? So join us at motivatinglove.org and come see what we're all about.
Motivating Love isn't really a cookie cutter organization. We take what comes to us and we meet who comes into our lives and we figure out how to grow and develop with them. And we want you to be a part of us so we can hold your hand, we can celebrate with you when you have victories, and we can cry with you when you don't. So come be a part of us.
A Motivating Love is a great organization that helps the everyday woman who spends time taking care of everyone else. In simplicity, we have opportunities for you to unplug, unwind, and recharge in a fun and safe environment. Learn more about us at amotivatinglove.org.
Hi everyone, it's Dr. Greenberg at RX Orthodontics. Wanted to give a shout out to everybody at Motivating Love. Congratulations on your 5th anniversary. Really, really excited for you. Me and my team want to wish you the best at your gala this year, and congrats.
Well, there you have it. Thank you to all of the incredible sponsors, to all of the awesome board members and volunteers and supporters of A Motivating Love. So now the time has arrived for the very special portion of today's event. So I'll give you a few seconds to grab your beverage of choice, whether that's water, tea, or it is, a Saturday evening. So whatever you choose, because we are now about to embark upon an amazing, special, and I'd say pretty exclusive opportunity to connect with a man who we have seen on TV, we've seen all over social media. Some of you may know him as an author, a best-selling author at that, of multiple books. Some of you may know him as a professor. Some of you may know him as a historian. Some of you may know him as the historian and the director of the Center for Antiracist Research at Boston University. And also, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of him as being an anti-racist activist. But he's more than just that. Those are titles. He's a man on a mission. He's a loving family member. He's a brother. He's just so many things. But tonight, for one special night, he is the keynote speaker for the A Motivating Love event. Help me in the comments welcome today's keynote speaker, Dr. Ibram X. Kendi. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's truly, truly an honor to be in everyone's presence tonight.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It is an honor to have this opportunity to meet you and to just have a live, unfiltered conversation with you. So I'm gonna start with this before we do something special. I just introduced you, and I just use words and titles, right? And you're a man of words, right? You write words, you type words. I want to ask you to do something different. Introduce yourself in your own words to everybody that's tuning in tonight. How would you introduce yourself?
So actually, I would introduce myself as someone who is constantly seeking to grow. And so indeed, the sort of theme for tonight being growth, I think at least fits with me. And to me, to grow is to be constantly reflecting on who I want to be constantly reflecting on my actions, on my words, to be constantly being constructively self-critical and receiving that criticism, and being willing to be different, to be willing to be uncomfortable, to be willing to be vulnerable.
Nice, nice. So to prepare for this conversation, Doctor, what would you like for me to call you? Let me ask you that. Well, what can I call you tonight?
Oh, you can call me Ibram.
All right, I'll call you Ibram. I want to respect you. I'm going to call you Ibram. So in preparing for this, I've been watching your YouTube, the TED Talks. I've just been on Instagram. And so I said, you know what? To prepare for this event, I'm going to read a book, right? I'm going to read Ibram's book. So I got this one, right? Okay. This book is thick. Didn't make it through it, okay? But everybody, check it out. Check it out, okay? Then that one didn't work out, but I'm going to read it, okay? So then I said, I can read this one. It's shorter. Shorter, right? Didn't make it through that one, but I promise you, I'm going to read it. But you are so creative. I've made it through this one. I've made it through this one. So everybody, Antiracist Baby. I'm a fan. I read it. I read it in like 10 minutes. So if you're looking for a good book and you can't make it through the thick ones, make sure you grab that one. So thank you again for being here. So I have to ask you, how did you connect with A Motivating Love and Daphne? How did that happen?
Well, Daphne is, I think, not only, I think a great sort of leader and someone who's really been able to organize people and motivate people and inspire people, and particularly women, as we've seen over the course of this program. But she's also my big cousin. So, of course, when I knew about this event that she had been putting on for several years, and I, of course, had admired the type of work that she had put in to this organization and to this event. And so, of course, when she asked me, certain things you can't say no to.
I did not know that she was your big cousin. Daphne, you held that one in. You held it in with the cat's out of the bag. Well, that's awesome. That's really good to know. So you're like family to all of us at A Motivating Love. So welcome. So tell us, Ibram, tell us more about your journey and the early stages of your journey and what kind of led you to where you are today.
I think it's a combination of factors. I mean, I think really what ultimately it came down to was just really loving Black people, loving humanity, seeing and coming to see the pain and harm that people were facing due to the color of their skin, recognizing that as a problem, and really wanting to help people and help humanity to sort of overcome this illness we've been facing for too long.
Yeah. Well, I salute you and I thank you for all that you're doing. And so I saw that you are now gracing the cover of Boston Magazine for the month of May. So congratulations on that. But I'm curious, and this was a question that came in as well. What was your initial reaction to being included in Time Magazine's 100 most influential people of 2020? How did you react? Like who do you call when you find out about that? Like, what do you do?
So I was just shocked. I mean, I'm not even the most influential person in my family, as you all know, with Daphne. So I was just completely shocked. And at the same time, to be on that list with people I admire, like Angela Davis, and Alicia Garza, who founded Black Lives Matter, and others. I mean, I was just shocked.
Wow. Did you hear that, Daphne? Maybe you can be on the 2021 edition. Keep going with the motivating love. You're influential. I'll give you the top 100 in my book. So, well, congratulations. That is quite an honor and an amazing achievement. So, kudos to you for that. So, let's talk a little bit more about this word, this buzzword, anti-racist. Do you mind just kind of setting the tone and sharing with us, what does anti-racist mean? Like what is that word?
Well, it simply means, so we live in a society of racial inequities and disparity. So we've, for instance, been facing COVID-19 over the last year, and Black, Brown, and Indigenous people have been infected and killed at higher rates. We see Black people dying at higher rates from police violence. We see Black women dying at higher rates during pregnancy. We see Black babies dying at higher rates during pregnancy. We see all these disparities, and to be anti-racist is to not think they're caused by the inferiority of a particular group. To be anti-racist is to see all the racial groups as equals, and instead to see the causes of these disparities as what's wrong with our policies and our practices and our rules and our conditions. And to be anti-racist is one to change them.
Wow, very nice. Thank you for that. And as we think about the theme for today's event, which is growth, do you see the potential for growth as it relates to anti-racism? Do you see the potential for growth?
Oh, I definitely do. And I think we have to believe in that potential. I mean, there are a commanding majority of Americans today who, for instance, who see racism, as a problem, and who are striving to eliminate it. And that wasn't the case 10 years ago or 20 years ago or 30 years ago. And even when you look at some of the younger women and men, and even growing, they're even more likely to recognize this problem and to be anti-racist. And so I think we're certainly, there certainly is room for growth. And I don't think we have any other option than to grow, because so many people are suffering.
Yes, wow, that's real. Any suggestions to the people that are listening in today on how they can help grow themselves to help, make the world a better place as it pertains to all that's going on around us?
Well, I mean, even if we think about sort of a motivating love, and I think one of the sort of spirits of it is for women in particular to be able to recognize their inner strength, to be able to recognize that they're supported, to be able to recognize this larger sort of community. That's really what we should be doing. Similarly, as it relates to being anti-racist, for us to recognize within ourselves this strength that we have to connect with other people, to challenge sort of racism, to recognize that even when that we're supported, that there's a larger community of people who are trying to build equity and justice for all.
Yeah, very, very powerful. So to the mothers out there, or the fathers, or the parents in general, any words of advice or suggestions that you would like to offer them as they are, maybe still thinking about or dealing with their past, whatever that might be, as they're trying to, be great parents to their children? So people that may have a past, but also want to just be amazing parents right now.
Well, I think that if we're going to be honest, I think one of the difficulties of being a parent is that in many ways we call the shots as parents. And when I say that's a difficulty, is because it creates a situation in which we can imagine that we're the sort of experts on how to raise our children, and that nobody can tell us anything, and we're going to do what we want to do. And I think we as parents, as mothers and fathers, have to recognize that there are actually people who study different aspects of parenting and who have studied different approaches to ensure that our children, for instance, are being raised to be adults, to ensure that our children are being raised to have confidence within themselves, to ensure that our children are being raised to see different groups, as equals. And I try to, as much as possible, to lean on experts when I'm trying to figure out how to do something with my daughter, to understand that I don't know. And those experts could certainly be people who write about it. They could also be my mother or my aunt, or my cousin. But I just think we should, as parents, it's such an awesome job that we should not feel restricted from leaning on other people and getting advice.
That's a really good point. And I love that you brought that up, in that we're not alone. I'm not a parent. I'm an aunt and I'm a godmother, and I believe I'm auntie of the year every year. Okay. And so, but what I do appreciate about what you just said is that we're not alone. There are tons of resources out there for people perhaps that are dealing with their past or having issues maybe with their children, or trying to raise children and then juggle working and whatever else there might be that's taking their attention or their time. So I appreciate that statement. And as Jenny said, it takes a village. As Beverly just shared, we should raise our kids so that other people can love and respect. We should raise our kids that other people can love and respect. Thank you for that comment, Beverly. So any changes that you would personally love to see with the next generation? So with the youth, the next generation of our future leaders and the future parents out there, any changes that you would love to see?
Well, I think that in many ways, because our generation of parents recognize that there's so much inequality in our country, that there's that tests, for instance, are very high stakes, that we recognize that there's so many young people who are struggling, in our society, that we put a lot of pressure on our children. And I would sort of, that's something that my wife and I were constantly sort of thinking about. We just don't want to put pressure on our daughter, because it's already hard enough to be a kid in this time, and to have to sort of, and then the pressure of, coming, from a parent to be a particular way, or I should say to become a particular person. I just think we should really provide a platform, almost provide a soil for our children to grow how they want to grow.
Yes, so that they can just be their authentic selves. And I love that. So you have accomplished a lot of things in your life. Best-selling author of thick books, short books, all kinds of books that I can't wait to read, and other publications. So any guidance that you would offer people who maybe have dreams and goals, or just trying to get ahead, whether they're young kids or older parents, anything that has maybe, I don't know, maybe guided you, or any guidance that you can offer us, that when we're going after our dreams and reaching those goals?
So I think that it is important to be open to constructive feedback on what we're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve. And let me just sort of distinguish between constructive feedback and destructive feedback, right? And I think, I think we know those destructive forces and folks in our lives, and no matter what we do, they just, put us down and look down upon us. But constructive feedback still hurts in the way when we go to the doctor and we get treatment, it hurts. But in the end, we become healthier. And I just think we have to really be open to constructive feedback, to make our work, to make our product, to make whatever we're trying to do, better. That's one thing. And then I think, with that being said, as we're constantly receiving feedback, seeking out feedback, we're also sort of not taking no, for an answer and expecting to constantly fail. And so for me, the thick book, Stand from the Beginning, was the first book that I published, in a trade press, and in order to get a book in a trade press, you have to sort of first get a literary agent, and I probably contacted over 100 literary agents before I found somebody who was willing to work with me. We ended up sending out the book to something like 25 editors, and I think 22 of them rejected our sort of book proposal, and there were many moments in which obviously I could have gotten sort of down, and then even when I ended up working with the press, I had 4 different editors, right? And so I just think that when we know we have something based on that critical, constructive feedback, it can't just be in our own head, right? We should continue to push, and we should continue to strive to accomplish it.
Oh, that's a message right there. So you said something like we should expect no's or rejections or failures. That's something I like that. Can you speak on that a little bit more? Like pushing through life, or the no's or the rejections. Do you mind speaking on that a little bit more? I love that message.
Well, I mean, I just, especially when we're starting out and we're breaking into a field, and we're breaking into something new, or we're starting a new career, we are going to be told no. We're going to do something wrong consistently and constantly. I mean, there are very few of us that are these wonder kids that can just do anything and be great at it, right? There's always sort of a period of consistent and constant sort of failure. And really what makes us is not sort of whether we fail, but how we respond to that failure. And what that means is not, oh, I just failed, so I'm just going to continue to run the same way. It's, no, I just failed running in that way. So maybe I need to run in a better, more efficient way. Maybe I need to consistently sort of, learn. And that's what I've tried to do. I've constantly sort of and consistently failed, but I just tried to learn from those consistent rejections.
I feel like that message right there is going to heal some people this evening. I believe that what you just said is going to free people up of realizing that in life, we will get no's, we will get rejections, but we have to stay focused, stay the course, and we have to believe in ourselves. So I thought that, thank you for that. And everybody out there, if you all have any questions, please add them in the comments. I do know that we received some questions in advance. So if you have any out there, any burning questions, please add them in the comments, and we'll make sure that they're addressed today. So I want to kind of shift gears a little more and go back to, you know, some of the things going on around the world. As it was shared in my bio, I'm a social justice activist. I am very passionate about, you know, just social justice, racial justice, etc. So any words that you want to offer people out there in the community who also are very passionate about social justice? You know, I recognize, you know, some people might be doing things out in the community. Some people might be doing things on the front line, protesting. Some people may just do something within their own homes or just within themselves. So anything that you want to say to the people that are just passionate about social justice?
Well, I think for those who are passionate about social justice, I think it's important to know that we are living in a extremely polarizing time, in which those who are fighting for social justice are being demonized and vilified and discredited and misrepresented. And I mention that because I just want those people who are facing that, you know, a lot of bit or a little bit, to know that, you know, you are on the right side of history. You know, if you're fighting for, you know, a just and equitable and loving community, that even if, no matter what people say to you, no matter what people say about you, I just want those folks to continue sort of striving and to continue that passion, and don't let anyone get you down, and just know that every group of social justice advocates in U.S. history, whether you're talking about abolitionists, whether you're talking about people who are fighting for women's suffrage, whether you're talking about civil rights activists, you name the group, they were vilified. They were deemed the problem for calling out the real problem. And I just want people to recognize that.
Yeah, thank you for that. And so even as we think about, like, in the workplace or with our families, like, how do you suggest that people use their voice to talk to people who might be racist or who might not understand or get it? Like, any thoughts on that, to just kind of empower everyone listening to know that we have a voice, and we are going to, from time to time, maybe come in contact with people who maybe aren't on the same page?
Well, to me, I don't think it's necessarily a problem for us to encounter people who are not on the same page. But in order for us to have constructive conversations with people about any topic, we have to have a certain level of empathy to really understand where that individual is coming from, why that individual believes what they believe, where they got that information from, what's attracting them to those ideas. We also have to, in order to have a constructive conversation, have a shared set of facts, which in many cases we don't. We have to have a shared set of definitions, which in many cases we don't. And I think, especially as it relates to race and racism, oftentimes we're actually fighting over the definition of racist and racism, because when you have two polar, extremely distinct ideas, and both people are calling that other idea racist, they can't both be racist.
Yeah.
So what they're really arguing over is these definitions.
Yeah, thank you for that. And anybody out there, do you have any questions? Is there anything in particular that you want to ask while we have this opportunity, this exclusive opportunity to speak with Ibram? And again, Ibram, thank you so much just for being here. I have just been just looking forward to this day and this opportunity. And I'm not going to lie, I was watching the interview that you did on CBS with Gayle King, and Oprah's my auntie in my head. So I'm like, look at Ibram with my auntie's bestie. So I feel honored that I have had the opportunity to speak with you, along with the tons of other people who have had the opportunity to have you on their platform to speak with you. So again, if there are any questions, let us know. But as we're bringing in any questions, or maybe there won't be, any words that you want to share, I'm going to hand you the platform. And is there anything that you would like to say to all of us right now?
Well, I mean, one thing in terms of this sort of gathering for mothers, in particular, one thing that I learned from my mother, and it really sort of has helped me, as a parent, and I suspect it could help other parents and other mothers, is that my mother was very cognizant about ensuring that she was sort of supporting herself. She was doing what was best for her health and her livelihood, because she knew that by doing so, it would allow her to be a better mother. And so, sometimes it's this, let me pour myself into my child and really forget what I need. But I think in order for us to be effective at anything, we have to make sure we're doing right by ourselves.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. So we have a message here from Miss Beverly, and she says, Dr. Kendi, since you have so many platforms, would you please let our people know that we need to stop fighting and killing each other?
I wish I could let everyone know that. But I think that I think in every community right now, there is a tremendous amount of division. And so, there's certainly divisions within the Black community. There's extreme divisions within the white community. There's divisions within the Latinx community and Native community. And I just think there's divisions within the American community in which, people continue to kill each other, but then even people continue to kill themselves. I mean, the suicide rates are rising. And I think it just speaks to just how much sort of death and destruction sort of reigns, unfortunately, in this country right now.
Yes. And thank you for that, Beverly. I really respect that comment, because you know what? All voices matter, right? That is definitely a great message to deliver. Well, Ibram, we are approaching the end of this conversation. It has been an honor. And I just want to ask you, we have a question that came in. How do you raise an anti-racist child when it has been stated on a national platform that we do not live in a racist nation?
So, well, first, I think what we are doing with our children in terms of recognizing that we live in a dangerously racist nation, that teaches our children that there's something wrong or right about them because of the color of their skin, that teaches our children that there's something that people who have less because they are less. I think we should be focused on our children, not what politicians say. Politicians who are not experts on racism. and politicians who are just trying to say whatever they think the voters want to hear. I think we should be focused, on our children.
Yes. Very good. And we did, excuse me, we did get a question that came in as well. And the question is, what are some books that you recommend for us to learn more about how to start a conversation on racism? It's okay to say yours, okay? I'm going to say it. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, I mean, I would also say there's a book called "So You Want to Talk About Race" by Ijeoma Oluo that I would really recommend, in terms of starting these conversations. So again, that's titled "So You Want to Talk About Race."
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Thank you. I'll add that to my list of books to read. I'm going to read these books one day, okay? Thank you so much. Any more questions? Any more questions? I don't want to miss anybody. I don't want to miss you. All right. All right. So I'm going to ask we have one from Daphne. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, this is totally a motivating love type of fun, okay? So, Ibram, the world wants to know, this might be the most important question of the evening. How great a cousin was Daphne growing up?
So I think she was a great cousin.
You think?
I admired her and looked up to her, but she wasn't as great as her big brother, BJ.
Okay. Uh-oh. I'm not going to that family reunion when we have this debate. Oh, that was funny. Well, there you have it, Daphne. But Daphne will be coming up at the end to close out. So I'm just saying she might want to respond to that. So make sure you all stick around at the very end of the program so that we can hear Daphne's reply to that. Because Daphne, I want you to tell us how great a cousin was Ibram growing up. All right, so this has been a great conversation. We totally appreciate you. You definitely dropped some jewels, a lot of good knowledge, and a lot of wisdom. So I'm going to ask my final question. This is one that I would love to know. So as you look at, say, the next year, the next 5, the next 10 years, what else would you like to accomplish in your life?
Wow. So I have different sort of projects that are sort of in the works, but I think one thing that's going to be happening is I've been working on some television and movie projects that are based on my work, and so that's obviously a completely new avenue for me, and it's very uncomfortable, but it's another way to sort of reach people. And so I'm looking forward to doing that in the next few years.
Nice. Well, hey, you guys see him here now, so I'm excited for you. I totally can see you totally exceeding expectations in that world, because you're a natural. I think that it is a blessing to have you on this earth because of what you're doing. You are courageous, you are bold, you are intelligent, and I humbly say that you are definitely God sent, and you are what we need right now in this world to help us keep moving forward in the right direction. So thank you so much for all that you do and all that you're gonna do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Everybody, please help me give our keynote speaker for the 2021 event a warm thank you blow up the comments with whatever it is that you want to add, because we are definitely grateful for your time. May you and your family be blessed, and may God protect you.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. I really hope that you all got as much as I just got out of that conversation. Wow, you know, there are many times in life when we have, you know, that opportunity to speak to someone that is just really putting in the work, dedicating themselves to such an effort that's going to help future generations. So definitely, we thank you. And thank you to A Motivating Love for bringing us 5 years of amazing events, of profound speakers, of just connecting so many people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all races, all ethnicities. Thank you, A Motivating Love. Thank you, Daphne. And thank you to all of the supporters out there. So again, you have the opportunity to support this organization, whether it's with your time, whether it's with your kind words, by following them on social media, liking the comments and liking the posts that you see. Maybe even shoot an email from time to time with some encouraging words, letting them know that you appreciate what they're doing. And also donating your money, your finances, because it does take resources to continue to bring the community events each and every year to the level and caliber that A Motivating Love does every year. So at this time, I just want to thank you all for joining me as your 2021 Mistress of Ceremony, as well as the moderator of today's conversation. I wish you all nothing but blessings. I ask that you continue to speak things into existence. Know that your words have power. And remember those words that will define your 2021. And make sure you add the word growth to your list. So at this time, I'm going to bring to the stage Miss JaVale. So she is a partner of A Motivating Love. She's a longtime friend and business partner with this organization. She was present at the inception of A Motivating Love. She also partners with the organization, with her organization, Grace Port, that is doing some phenomenal things in the community. So the beautiful, the talented, and the pretty fancy tonight, Miss JaVale, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. What an honor it is to follow such a great speaker and one that is so influential. But as he stated, we have someone on our team that is just as influential as he is. So it is my honor and my true pleasure to introduce to some and reintroduce or represent to others the one and only dynamic Miss Daphne Anderson, founder and executive director of A Motivating Love. She is a lady with a heart for women and all that encompasses, to be a mother, a leader, and an entrepreneur, a sister, an aunt, a friend, and other resources that supports the emotional states of womanhood. She wants each of us to know that we are not alone, that it is okay to make mistakes, but just as long as we learn from them. She promotes the motto, live, learn, and laugh. To know her is to love her, or not. But what you are sure to get is her authentic self. She loves being her, and why wouldn't she? She has grown over the years, with us establishing the word growth this year. Let's talk about how she has grown. Daphne has grown from awesome into dynamic. a dynamic mother. She created such an event like Always Mother's Luncheon for her own daughter, showing her daughter that there's more than just the biological mother in your life, but there's also a spiritual mother, a God mother, a mother that just takes you on and mentors you. Daphne is young at heart, one of the neighborhood's moms, and one that is cool enough to hang out with her own teenagers and bring youthfulness to most of her occasions. She is also notorious for her sense of humor and always bringing laughter to a dull situation. Daphne is authentic and unapologetic about being her. She stays true to herself. You can take her or leave her. She is a master of organization and details. Don't tell her, but I think she's a boss chick. She's inspirational in her love, her support, her desire to provide education and support a fun outlet for women. She's also confident, charismatic, caring, and certainly capable of achieving all of her dreams and the dreams that she has for providing the world with a motivating love. It is with my pleasure I give you our dynamic hostess with the mostest, a lady I am honored to call friend, sister, business partner, alibi, supporter, encourager, prayer partner, and she motivates me not only to love, but she motivates me to grow. Here she is, Ms. Daphne Anderson.
Oh wow. Okay, I refuse to cry. But thank you, Javelle. Thank you so much for those words. Oh, alibi, you know it, baby. In a minute. Look, I'm cooking dinner. She was over here helping me, and nobody can tell us different. Oh my goodness. Thank you to everyone for attending our 5th annual gala celebration for Always Mother's Luncheon. It has been truly a work in progress over the last 2 years when this theme actually dropped in my spirit. And 2 years ago is when I asked Dr. Kendi to be our keynote speaker for our 5th one. I thought it would be very befitting. And then lo and behold, the world changed and it really came to fruition. I don't know what else to say, but I will definitely tell you now what kind of cousin Ibram was growing up. He was very cousiny. He was very, as a younger cousin, picking at people and picking on folks and running away. And of the 4 of us, meaning my brother, him, his brother, he was the youngest. So of course he always went running to his mama and telling his mama what people did to him. And then we had to get him back. So be sure to, can't wait to see him. Let's just say that. A motivating love for me has been a tremendous outlet. It has given me the opportunity to shed my hard exterior some. I know you can't see this, and I know you've never experienced this, but sometimes I've been known to be a little rough around the edges. The coal before the diamond is shined through, and a little hard-headed at times, but it's truly just because I have so much in me that I want to pour out into others. I didn't know how to do it. And then when I went through my own experience of anxiety and depression and not knowing whom I can and cannot talk to, it made me realize that there are others out there in the same atmosphere, in the same space that I was in. And I wanted to share that healing way with them. I think 5 years ago when we started this, I was really kind of checking myself as far as my self-confidence and my self-worth. I think it was a lot that took a toll on me because I wasn't quite sure who I was, who I wasn't, but I was trying to get there. And then that kind of turned into, well, what happened to your self-love? Do you love yourself enough to push through? And I do, and I did. And it wasn't alone. And I'll never take credit for all of it. It was definitely God. And it was those women that I found connected enough that I could speak to in confidence. And then that began my healing stage. And healing for me is been tremendous, because if you were at that particular luncheon, then you know what I'm speaking of. And if not, oh, I'm so sorry. You should come to more of them. But then again, that healing then was able for me to turn into support of others, support of my friends, support of those that I didn't know, support of those other organizations, that I wanted to give back to them. And in all that support is where we are now, into our growth, how we've grown over the last 5 years, how I've grown over the last 5 years. I'm not the same woman that I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or 20 years ago. And I'm pretty sure in 5 years, in 10 years, and 20 years, God willing, I won't be this same young, attractive, domineering, loving woman that I am now. My future for Motivating Love is huge. I mean, huge. I'm trying to locate a space now for us to have what we call a safe support space, to where any of the events that you ever attend to, whether it's FIRE, which is Friends in Reach Every Day, that is facilitated by Grace Poor under J. Javelle Credit, whether you attend the Sensual Woman, which is for 21 years of age and older only women, that is truly an educational event talking about, you just got to come. How about that? And then I want a space where women, that if they need some support or they need to be loved on, that we're there for them. We have a lot in store coming up for our new year. Our new year begins in July, and our theme for then is going to be renew. And definitely after all the self-confidence and self-worth and self-love, and then you've begun the healing stage, and then you begin the support, and then you've been beginning to grow, it's now time to renew yourself into something like a butterfly that you'll grow into and fly anew. I have to say thank you to my team, because without my team, whether it's virtual or live, this would not at all be possible. I have to thank Bright Girl Media for the behind the scenes work that she's done. And I just have to thank you for being here, for spending your Saturday evening with me, and for watching me grow into a better person, someone that, I pray that my daughter will be in one day, and my grandchildren, whenever they come, no rush kids, will be, as well as my godchildren, and then yourself as well. I want everyone to truly have walked away with something from this gala celebration and have enjoyed themselves, because I definitely enjoyed being here with you and having you support me and in my growth. And then I just want to say thank you to my spouse, which if you've on Instagram, you've seen him behind the scenes putting things together. He loves me dearly, and helped me get into this beautiful gown, and wait till you see my shoes. Other than that, there's so much more that I can say. I can be a talker when I want to be. But other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone, for your support, for your love, for your generosity, for your time. And I hope and pray that I don't disappoint you, and that you will continue to rock on with us at motivatinglove.org. Find us on Facebook or Instagram and Twitter. And just keep on being you, and strive to be whomever you want to be. And regardless of whatever you do, however we can help, please remember that you are not alone. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all.